Hi everybody, so welcome back to my channel, and like I stated in my 9-week post-op video, if you have seen it, if not, check it out. I am doing this video which is called To Tell or Not to Tell, and what my experience was and how I felt and what was going through my mind and what happened. So I had my VSG surgery done March 28th of 2017 at Kennedy Hospital with Dr. Balsama in Sewell, New Jersey, and my highest weight was 234. My surgery weight was around 212, if I remember correctly, and my current weight is 108. I mean, oof, I wish that would be way too small. Maybe. It's 180. Anyways, so to tell or not to tell, I went back and forth with this since maybe a year prior to even consulting with the surgeon and finding one. Basically, I had a mental fight with myself and just going back and forth. Is surgery right for me? Is it not right for me? I was too scared to ask anybody. I knew a few people that have had the surgery and failed their tool and have not doubled or tripled their weight, and that kind of scared me, so I was too scared to tell anybody. Fast forward a year, met a great PCP, talked to him, and he actually referred me out, and at that time, which was October of 2016, I had only told my godmother, who I currently am renting from, and I was nervous to tell my godfather, and that was it. Oh, one other person, my godbrother from the Philippines, and then later I told my godsister who lives in Tennessee, and they were all three very supportive. Kept telling them I wasn't so sure about telling my actual, mother, my sisters, grandmother, my aunts, my family back at home in Chicago, because I just did not know how they're going to react. I've been always one of the smallest ones in my family, and everybody else has been very heavy, especially my mother. She's well over 300 pounds, maybe a little less now, since she's been taking care of her health. Her health has gone bad. But I was really nervous and struggling. It wasn't until January I told my cousin, my first cousin, who I'm very attached to, who's basically like a brother, not a cousin, and I told him, and he was incredibly supportive, and he knew. He was the only one blood relative that knew about my surgery and the thoughts of me and when I was going to be doing it. Literally, the surgery got us a lot closer than I thought it would. I was kind of skeptical, but knowing my cousin the way I did, his support was amazing, and I really needed it. I did tell my current boyfriend at the time, who we are not dating anymore, but he was super supportive, and that just gave me even more of the reassurance that I would be okay with the surgery. And I was just happy and going forth, and I just got me a planner, started organizing, and back in my head is, how am I going to tell my family? What am I going to explain to them when I show up in Chicago and I am X amount of pounds smaller, or I can't eat this, or I can't do that, or, the questions, what happened? Are you sick? How am I going to tell them? I didn't want to tell them. First of all, it wasn't their business, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't want to seem standoffish, and I'm not ashamed of having the surgery whatsoever, because it's brought me so much great health benefits. So I had surgery on March 28th, and the only other person that knew at that time was my cousin's girlfriend. We got very close. She got pregnant. I was going through my surgery. We were both going through a whole bunch of moods and emotions and body changes. So we got really close, and also broke up with my boyfriend. If you want to call it that. I got very depressed. He basically just dropped me on Valentine's Day and just never talked to me again. And I was very down and nervous, and now I was scared because he was like my armor, and I did not know what to do. When he was my main person. They always talk about surgery, about having that one main support, and it was him. But I, regrouped. My cousin and his girlfriend were my backbone. My godparents were standing right beside me this whole entire process. And I got through all that. And fast forward to a week ago, my birthday, June 1st, I flew into Chicago and I prepped my family, my mother and my two sisters. The first person I told was my mother, and let's just say she was not happy, not thrilled, not excited. But that's how my mother is. She's a little special, and it took a while until she actually physically seen me to be like, okay. And then she told me that her doctor's been trying to get her to do weight loss surgery for her health, and she was too scared. She didn't know anybody, and she just, she knew somebody who died, and that was it. She'd just rather live off of 14 pills a day type thing. But she turned around. My two sisters were very supportive. I told them the next day, and they were going through their stuff. They actually turned vegetarian. My older sister's about to turn vegan, I believe, and they've been focusing on their health. And then they were prepped to know that I've lost some weight. I told them that I personally don't feel it, but I personally feel it, but I don't see it that much. To this day, I still see myself the way I did, pre-op. And they were okay. So I show up, and my mother and my grandmother and my nephew see me and said how much weight I've lost. They were shocked, and I said I was wearing a size 2X in a hoodie because it was cold that day, and my body was still being hidden. They can just tell by my face. So when I took that hoodie off, they seen that I was very small, I guess, and they were shocked, very happy and grateful and nervous. So to tell or not to tell, it's up to you. Personally, I didn't want to say anything, but at the same time, how was I going to go about why I can't eat? Why can't this? You can break a diet. Why I'm only taking a couple bites? Why you feel so sick? And then I'm like, I don't care. I've seen so many people on YouTube. I have, so many people on Instagram and on Facebook that are such great support, and people choose to tell or they choose to not tell. And I think I literally YouTubed and Googled, 150 different ways of if people told or they didn't when they told. But the truth is, you don't know when's the right time until you just tell them or you don't tell them. I know some people have had it for years and still have not told the soul besides that one person, and they play it off as high protein, low carb. It's a keto diet, which is, fine, whatever floats your boat. But I just, depending on the situation and depending on the moment, I'm not ashamed. Obviously, I'm on YouTube. Obviously, I'm highly on Instagram, always posting and showing support to every man and every woman that I, come in contact with. So why be ashamed? I have personally lived behind a brick wall. I've always been quiet. I've always not spoken up and just dealt with my crap alone. And this is not crap that needs to be dealt with alone. For me personally, this is a beautiful experience that is not right for everybody, but it's right for some people. And no, I didn't go on a high horse. I didn't feel like going on a high horse. I was always just debating. I think I was scared of rejection. I've always been a person who's been very scared of rejection, and I was just nervous my family would reject me because of the fact that, they are heavier, and my thoughts was that, they might not understand why I did it, but my sisters did, which I should have known that. My mother should have been expecting that too, but it is what it is, and I'm grateful that they are supportive and they want to make sure I'm fine. Yes, you get the, don't get too skinny, that's too small. I understand that's what the BMI is supposed to be, but it's not realistic. But at the same time, everybody's body and everybody's journey is different. My goal, yes, is 120, but, will I be happy at 120? Who's to say I won't be happy at 130? But at the same time, it's about my health, my body, my choice, and it's the same thing with you. So if you're debating on rather, to tell them before surgery or to tell them after surgery, I was debating back and forth. So I just decided to tell those who I felt in my heart that would not judge me, because I needed to stay focused. I needed to be clear mind, body, and soul. I went through a very depressing state prior to my surgery because my world was my boyfriend at that time, and he literally dropped off the face of the earth, at least my world. He was still living his life, doing his thing, and I could not afford someone else that I loved to drop off the face of my world, because I was going to need their support, and I don't know how I was going to handle that, because surgery is such an emotional roller coaster. So, take your time. It's not bad if you don't tell. It's not bad if you do tell. It's not bad if you tell them afterwards or before. Everybody's different. I did a lot of meditation. That might work if you're looking into it. But yeah, so it was insane. But I'm glad I finally told them. And of course, you get some of them snobs. I have a relative that was like, oh, well, what's wrong with you type thing. And I just, I guess the any skinnier person in me was like, I had weight loss surgery. I had to for my health. I'm not ashamed of it. My body's gonna look fierce soon. It does look now. But, it was like a little oomph. But, I'm still the same me. Like another YouTuber had said, our souls are still our souls. And, it's just learning how to, regain that love for self. It's not saying you lose self-love during weight loss surgery. If not, I had self-love prior, what I thought was self-love prior, and if anything, this has enhanced my self-love a lot more. So, yes, so that's enough for this video. If you have any comments, any questions, anything at all, just feel free to comment below, share, like, and keep in touch. I will be back next week for my 10th week post-op. I will be doing videos throughout the week and once a week for surgery. And, if you have anything that you want to talk about, maybe dating, that's interesting too. But that's a whole nother week. Alrighty, so thank you for tuning in again. Follow me on Instagram, which is v2_VSG. There will be a link on my bio. There is a link in the description box, and there will be a link on this video, because I am on there all the time, constantly posting and updating, and it's just an amazing community. So if you are looking into weight loss surgery and you are on this beautiful journey of self-discoverance, I wish you the best of luck. You got this. You just have to remember why you're starting it, why you're doing it, and how amazing this whole process is going to be once you reach your goal. And then your goal might change again, and your goal might change again, but you realize why you're doing it. and you surround yourself with beautiful people that you may know, you may not physically know. You just, surround yourself with people with self-love, and anything is possible. So again, thank you so much for tuning to my channel, and I look forward to hearing from you guys and reading your comments below. Bye.